Strength, courage, and wisdom with Rich McClern. Strength, courage, and wisdom.
Hey y'all, it's your boy Rick McLaren, as you know it. Strength, courage, and wisdom every Wednesday at 9 a.m. now. That's a new time. Every Wednesday at 9 a.m. we are producing this show. We are on Facebook Live. We are on Mix Station Radio, Mix Station Live app, iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Apple Podcasts, all under Mix Station Radio. Listen, guys, before we're just Facebook Live, but you heard all the other stations that we're on. We need you all to tune in. Thank you.
Strength, courage, and wisdom. Strength, courage, and wisdom. Hey, y'all, how you doing? It's your boy. You know who it is, man. Rick McLaren again. Every Wednesday, consistently, we come to you. Today, unfortunately, I don't have my co-host, Miss Ellis. She's under the weather. But check it out, guys. Listen, I'm here. We're going to talk about this thing today, man. Oh, man, we got a lot to talk about today. But I want everybody to write this number down, 855-493-6499. It's important, man, because I need your participation today. I want to hear from you with this tomfoolery that's going on here, with this election, this craziness. I just don't understand. And I want to hear from you and see if you guys can help me. Hey, Jason, love you, man. How you be, bro? Mom, oh, Mike, what's up, man? How you guys doing, man? Listen, love you guys. So, as you guys know, man, every Wednesday I come on at 10 o'clock here now. I usually have my co-host, Lucia, with me, and once again, she's a little ill today. So I'm going to take the show upon myself. And we were going to talk today to our family, but then we forgot about the election bill today and yesterday. Thought we would talk about it. We thought we would talk about it now. So, here we go. So my sponsors, guys, I got to give you my sponsors right now. I got, Au Pair Law, that's Clay. I got MGM Haberdashery, Cash Line, John Cash. I got Cigar Diva, Tracy, Sterling Associates Home Improvement. I got Prominent Home Inspection. I got I Am Empowered, Food for Thought, my man Damien Hughes, Lisa's Luxury Consignment Shop, Electric Butterfly with Janet, and my new one, Adalia. And that is a new fragrance and cologne for men, fragrance for women, and perfume for women and cologne for men. That's my new one. And, of course, my music is by Marcus Bevins. And I need all you guys' support. Please, if you want to be a sponsor, just inbox me or text me or give me a call. It's not that expensive. We just want you to participate and give you some advertising, give you some play. So we got to go to current events, man. And once again, me and Lucia are public speaking. I do have a public speaking engagement coming up next month, and I'll tell you guys about that when we sign everything and get it done. Do not forget that we have the book of the month, which where's my book at? Oh boy, I have my book here. Here it is. Power in the Fire. We're going to talk about that probably next week. Don't forget that. Buy this. Go out and buy it today on Amazon.com. Alicia would be back with us. Talisha would be back with us in a few weeks to talk about this book, talk through the book. I want to say to everybody, thank you for getting out to vote. It's important that we do so. Our answer is long and hard for us to do so. Marcus, you buy him. All right. So, and also want to thank the Scorpios. Happy birthday to all the Scorpios, man. Hey, Lisa, how are you? Karen Price, how are you? Tori Blake, man. Tori, man, I can't wait till you guys get back on the scene, man. I miss you guys' music, man. I love you guys, man. Can't wait to have you again. So I want to say big congratulations to Brandon Scott, mayor of Baltimore, young guy. Hope he does well. He went up against a good friend of mine by Dr. Robert Wallace, who's in the tech industry like I am, and good friend of mine. And he fought a good race, but Brandon seemed to won that one. And congratulations, Brandon. My friend Nick Mosby, congratulations to you as well. And, of course, Kwasi Afume, man, congratulations to you, sir. And enjoyed you yesterday evening. It was a good time. So I want to say congratulations to all those folks. But listen, today, man, I want to get voter reaction, man. I want to get your perception of what transpired over the last 24 hours, man, 36 hours or so. It is unbelievable to me. my initial thought was just crazy, man. I was like, wow, am I living in a different world or what's going on? I know we got Republicans and I know we got Democrats, and we're divided in our philosophies / policies / ideologies, all those G's, right? I understand that, but there's a certain point in time where you got to look at character, you got to look at delivery, you got to look at presence, you got to look at education, you got to look at speaking King's English correctly, you got to look at how we're perceived across the world. You got to look at some other things that have nothing to do with policy and procedure, but definitely relevant to what we look like as Americans across this globe. And the rhetoric, and I just can't figure it out. So I'm asking people myself that I'm asking them to call in today. I want to hear your thoughts of why Mr. Trump is getting so many votes he's getting, why Joe Biden is getting many votes he's getting. I want to hear that. So I always start with a scripture. So here's my scripture for today, guys. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. So I don't want everybody to worry about this, man. God's in control. Don't be dismayed. Don't get scared. Don't get feared. This will all work out at the end. And it'll work out for the masses, the people that are suffering, the people that are going through. And I truly believe that. So I want to say that again, Isaiah 41:10. So do not be feared, for you are, I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. So just relax. Let's just let the process work, and we will take it from there. He will take it from there. Because once again, I believe everything is God's time and what God wants to happen during that time. So I said earlier some things that I'm going to do a little diatribe here, and the guys understand it. Once again, I'm a Democrat, but I'm fair too in certain senses. But there's certain things I'm not compromising. I'm not taking someone who's going to not tell me the truth. Because I voted Republican before, and being a Democrat, as a Republican earned my vote. I voted for Ehrlich. I did back then. I did. I didn't vote for Hogan, but now I voted for Hogan the second time around because he's doing a good job. And this is the Maryland guys, and they're Republicans. So what I'm saying to you, when a man stands up in front of me and he has certain things I have to have, has to have character. He can't be a liar. He can't be holding the truth and thinking he can disseminate what he wants to disseminate when he wants to disseminate it. He cannot break all the rules and think he can get away with it. And he can't have a posse around him and all of them are being charged or getting charged with legal actions and things like that, and he not be guilty in some shape, form, or fashion. And that alone, to me, disqualifies a certain person to be president of the United States. I'm sorry, that's just me. But once again, some people think different. So I want to hear that from you. So feel free to call in at 855-493-6499. Marcus, I need you guys to turn the volume down. You guys, thank you. So I asked you guys to call in. The lines are open. We want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. But I know you have something to do. I know you have something to say about this occasion. Hey, Faith. Hey, Marcus McAllister. How are you, man? How you guys doing? Neil Cheney, how are you? Faith again. Tony, I miss you guys. Tori, I miss you guys, man, real bad. But listen, so today's show is dedicated to my guests, my listeners. I want you to call in, just give a quick sentence what you think about it. We're still, we got the 6 states they've been talking about forever are still up on the board. Arizona, Georgia, PA, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Nevada are still up for grabs based on the early voting and the mail-in voting stuff. So we're just waiting it out. I believe the true colors are going to come out and it's going to be blue. But if it comes out red, I have to deal with it. There's nothing I can say about that. But I'm curious of what the people have to say at this time. I am telling you, and if anybody believes in what I'm saying, I just think there's certain other characters you got to have, and it should be a certain a certain when you're a president of any company or a president of the United States, or president, there's a certain level of competency you have to have. There's a certain level of dignity you must have. There's a certain level of integrity you have to have. There's a certain level of like honesty you have to have. There's a certain level of just being a leader that you must have. And the conversation that's happened over the last 2 months, and the third grade level conversation, the third grade level political gatherings, it just baffles me that people are falling for this and not seeing this for what it is. Now, I said the first time when he got in office, I said, well, he got in office, let's deal with it. But to see what's happening and transpired now is very frustrating for me. To see this being so close when I thought this would be some similar to a landslide, because any alternative right now would be better than that to mine, based on his last 4 years. That's for me, Rich McLaren. So I would love to hear from you, Republican, Democrat, indifferent, not different. Just dial in at 855-493-6499. We'd like to take your questions, man, because I think this is an important time for us to talk about what has transpired over the last 36 hours, because I know you all have been glued to your phones. I mean, to your TVs, CNN, NBC, Fox, regular channels. Everybody's covering this right now to this day because the race is getting tight. Georgia looked like President Trump just went ahead in Georgia. You know, come on. I'm just amazed. I'm almost flabbergasted, to be honest with you. And when I said I was going to do the show this morning, when Lucia texted me and said she couldn't make it, I said I'm just going to open it up to the people, man. Give them a chance to vent, give them a chance to talk. Give me some rationale for what is going on in the world today. I would really appreciate if you would. Hey, Karen Bryce. Hi, Mom. Hey, everybody. How y'all doing, man? Stan Sly. Good morning to you, my brother. Haven't seen you in a minute, man. How you be, Stan? Love you, man. Call in, man. Hey, I want to hear what your thoughts are on this political process that we're going through now, man. I'd love to hear your thoughts. The number is 855-493-6499. Give us a call now, or even make a comment in the on the page, and I'll read the comment. But I am so concerned, man, for America today. Man. We have dumbed down the level of the presidency. We have watered it down to a point where he can be a liar, thief, non-educated. I mean, just arrogant. It just doesn't make any sense, man. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I don't think I am. I think a lot of people think the same way I think, but nobody's willing to say it. I'm going to say it, man. I am embarrassed for America the last 4 years, the way we have conducted ourselves in our leadership in the Senate, doing what they did at the last minute with getting the Supreme Court justice nominated. It's just embarrassing. Hey, Ozzy, how are you, man? Hey, Joyce Butler, how are you? And I'm not afraid to say it, man. After what they did with Obama with 300-something odd days left, and then this they nominate this one with literally people already voting. It just shows me the arrogance of their party. But once again, they were able to do it. They did it. We have to live with it. So I thought things would change on November 3rd, where it would be just an all-out avalanche of like, yo, enough's enough, man. We had too much of you, man. This is crazy. You lied about us with COVID. All your posse around you is going to jail. It seems like when you get out, you might go to jail. I mean, I can go on and on and on. Stories, you got your whole family working on the White House. Who ever had that happen? You won't show your taxes. Come on, man. You're just breaking all the rules and think you can get away with it. And I have a problem with that. I don't know if anybody else does, but I have a problem with, okay, you did some policies and okay, but see, after a while, man, your character, your integrity, have to stand up for something, man. You can't continue to go and lying to the people and putting out these misnomers and put out this nonsense and this rhetoric, fake news and all that dumb. Come on, man. It just don't make, because they don't agree with you. They don't say what you want them to say, man. And then now you're even threatening now to call the Supreme Court to stop the voting now. All because you're scared you're going to lose, man. I'm here to say, man, you're going to lose. You hear me? That's what I'm saying, man. You got to lose. America cannot stand 4 more years of this. We're already divided. He's made our country more divided than it's ever been. So come on, help me out, guys. I got to understand, and I know it's white and black. I understand the white and black. We've always been kind of separated, but that gap now, is like this. So what you're seeing is the rural part of the country is voting for Trump, and the urban is voting for Biden. That's why everything is close, 50-50, 49-51, 48-49. It's really black against white, or poor against rich, or impoverished against a little bit of money, or middle class versus the middle poor, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? So help me out, man. Dial in, man. I need to hear from somebody. Ozzy, call me. Somebody call me. Tori, call me. Somebody call me. 855-493-6499. I would love to hear from you, and just get your perspective, man. I don't think I'm in this lane alone. I think there's a lot of people that would say the similar things I'm saying. Might even say it differently. But I need to hear from you today, man. This show is open for you guys to just get out, man. Let it out, man. Let people know how you feel. Because this thing is driving me crazy, to be honest with you. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm just sitting there. I woke up this morning just thinking that, okay, it's gonna be close, but Biden should win. But now we still don't have a verdict. Now he's threatening these threats. Or everybody's trying to, take it all out. So let's just, that's all I can say, man. I'm glad everybody went out and voted, man. I'm very happy for the people who won. Oh, Stan Sly said, Rich, man, hey, Woody, how are you, man? I want to hear from somebody, man. 855-493-6499. Please call in today. He said, Rich, folks who don't want their taxes raised. I understand that. But, okay. And I got to say this too, man. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not wealthy. I'm not poor. So I'm a middle class guy, right? Whenever the taxes raised, and most of us are middle class folks, there's a lot of big pot in the middle class folks. It affects you, but it doesn't affect you to the magnitude everybody's making it out to be. Now, the rich gets affected because they have more money, right? So they're going to have more money. So they're going to be like, no. But the poor ain't being touched at all. So that's the ones that's coming out for Trump. So I understand the rationale about it because, he's talking about raising tax for the high income folks, which is, less than 10% of Americans have rich folks. And they're scared. But I say to you, what about the other 80% of Americans who it affects, but it doesn't really, maybe I'm not wrong. I do my taxes every year. I pay my tax every year. It affects me a little bit, but don't go to a point where I'm going to vote for him because he's raising tax. That's just me. I don't know. Let's see. Faith says, I feel the same way, but there is, what's happening? Yeah. Faith, I believe, I'll tell you this is the thing that bothers me probably the most right now. She just said, when a clown runs a show, this is what happens. And I say to you is that it just goes back to the old adage. If a man can articulate to a certain party or a female articulate and strike a chord with a particular party, then therefore they are listening and they follow the drumbeat. They're just following his drumbeat. They know he's wrong. They know he's corrupt. They know there's problems. They know there's possible legal issues. They know it, but yet and still they're going to follow the red. They're going to follow that policy. I think sometimes that's wrong. That's why I've jumped my policies many times. I told you I voted for Ehrlich. I voted the second time around for Governor Hogan because even though he's a Republican, he stood for the right things. He's a man of integrity. He's a man of his word. He did what he said he was going to do and within the confines of what he can do. And I like the way he's governing. So if I can do it, you can do it. Let's see here. Stan says, Trump don't talk like a politician. That's why folks love him. Yeah, you're right, Stan. Trump does not talk like a politician. He talks like a third grader. This is going to be real big. Don't worry about it. It's going to go away. Who does that? Who wants their president to talk like a third grader or even be an entertainer versus a politician or a TV show host versus a politician? Who wants that? We are being a laughingstock across America right now today. People are laughing like, yo, what is America doing? We're falling for the okey doke. Come on, guys. And that's true. He uses words on the second and third grade level. Come on, guys. You're talking to the guy. He says, yeah. And you guys, it's gonna happen. It's just gonna come true. Don't worry, it's all gonna go away. It's baffling to me that we fall for this all the time. I don't understand it. And this guy he's definitely struck a chord in the white community. He's definitely struck a chord in the poor white community. And he's struck a chord in the Republican Party now, because the Republican Party is liking the fact that these people are coming out of the woodworks and voting for the red now, which didn't vote for the red before. And I think, like Stan says, that they like the fact that he's entertaining and he's not a conventional politician. But when you have a guy standing in front of American people, you have a guy standing in front of American people and just talk like he's talking to a third grade class of people, of kids rather. I don't get it, man. He was up on the podium the other day talking about, well, wait till I get the presidency, then I'll fire Fauci. Come on, who does that? Even today, he said on his Twitter line and in a speech, he said that he was going to go to the Supreme Court and tell them to stop the votes in certain states now, because I won. And he already declared one. Who does that? Who doesn't let the process finish out? Who does that? I want to hear from you, man. What do you think, man? You can text me. You can call me. Yes, I voted for Hogan, man. This is the second time around I voted for Hogan. Not the first time, but the second time, because he showed himself to be true, whether he was Republican or Democrat. I like some of his policies. I like the things he did for the black community, some black communities. I like the things he did for some of the black colleges. I like some of the stuff he's doing, and I'm not a Republican by far, but he's doing some things. So I did. So whenever I say this, meaning that when a man shows me or a woman shows me that they have integrity, that they have the qualifications, that they're meaning well, and they're doing well, and they lift up to their word, and they do the right things, and they speak well, and they speak emphatically about what their passions are and what they want to do for the various communities, because you got to take care of everybody. Come on, man. And think about it, Democrats really haven't done too much for Maryland that much. In Maryland, and we had Ehrlich. If it wasn't for Ehrlich, we probably Compton State wouldn't be built up like it is. Come on, man. Okay, Stan, say I voted times and left the same way as you. Yeah, thank you, Stan. I appreciate you, brother. And Lisa, you are not alone. We are all the time. We are all in time. Yeah, absolutely. I think the problem is, Lisa, that most of us think this way, but we don't articulate this. We don't say it. And I'm not going to hold it in. I am thoroughly frustrated. I'm thoroughly frustrated American people not taking this position seriously. This is the President of the United States. If Obama would have done one thing that this president's done, gave his daughter a job, he would have been out the office. If he would not have showed his taxes, he would have been out the office. If he couldn't speak well, articulate well, he would have been ridiculed. If he wanted to get a Supreme Court judge, but he stopped because he saw the Senate wasn't going to do it. He said, okay, would have been gone. See, you got to look at things for what they are, man, and let this guy get away with murder. Yes, right, Stan, I agree with you, Stan, on this one here. So Stan says, let's talk about the mayor race of Baltimore. It was disappointing. Dr. Wallace didn't win, man, and I'm going to tell you, Dr. Wallace is one of my good friends. And I was concerned with Dr. Wallace because he got in the race late, won. I think he had a great story to tell. And I think matter of fact, I know for a fact he was about the people and for the people, and he was for the best of Baltimore. And what happened there, you had a politician running against a non-politician, but the non-politician was polished and articulated his story well, but he came in the game late. And that's why I think it is, because Dr. Wallace is, like I said, good friend. Now, Brandon Scott, good young man. He's doing his thing. I'm willing to give him a try to live in Baltimore, so I couldn't vote in Baltimore City in the mayor race. So I don't know who I would have voted for there, because I think Brandon is a bright young mind. I think he's sharp. I think he's going to do well for Baltimore. But I hope he doesn't do what he hasn't done in the past. What he has done in the past, he hasn't gone with the norm. He's always fought against the norm. He was a little bit of a trailblazer for a young man, and I'm proud to say that. And I hope he does well. And anybody want to talk about the mayor's race, Baltimore? Come online, 855-493-6499. Come online or text it in your box. Lisa, I see you said something. Yeah, so once again, I'm a Democrat, and I want to say this too. I am a Democrat, but I have voted Republican in many races. And it depends on the person, their qualifications, their integrity, their consciousness, and then their policy, man. And I think sometimes, some of these politicians don't have a conscience, you know what I mean? Our president currently today doesn't have a conscience, man. For him to withhold that COVID information from us and see people die, I will never forgive him for that, myself personally. And once again, it's not that he was going to stop deaths, but what he could have done is prevented some of them. See what I'm saying? We could have got ahead of the game. You know what I mean? You could have done some preparation, some stuff. Tell me the truth up front. Let me deal with it. Don't you try to dictate how I should react. No, tell me the information, and I'll make a decision what I'm going to do. And I think that's one of the reasons why America didn't do the masking earlier. The people themselves, American people, didn't do the masking earlier because the message coming from the White House was like, you don't need it. You're going to be all right. Everything's going to be good. Spray a little Clorox in your hand. And man, come on, man. Somebody got to tell me what's going on. Hey, Russ, how are you, man? Good to see you as well, man. Somebody got to help me with this, man. I don't understand American people. You're too smart to fall for this dumb stuff, man. This guy is embarrassing. Word. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, man. And if you only knew how we look across the country, across the world, you guys would say the same thing. Yeah, I hope Scott does well too, man. I hope Wallace could join the staff. That would be a good move for Wallace, for Scott to do, Rusty. Thank you for that suggestion. And I would call Dr. Robert, Wallace, because he was on my show. He announced on my show that he was running for mayor, to be honest with you. I would call Dr. Wallace, and I'm going to see, and matter of fact, I'll talk Brandon too as well. It might be a good move for them both. Because and Dixon is true, all three of them, man. But Wallace, more importantly, because Wallace is new blood. He's never been in politics. He's a heck of a businessman, heck of a public speaker, a heck of a bright mind. Just a good guy, man. He's doing very, very well in the business world. And sometimes you need to bring that business acumen into the political acumen, political field. And that's what Donald Trump tried to do. But if you really look at his business acumen, you almost got to give him a D- on the business acumen. He's had more foreclosures, more bankruptcies than any businessman I know. Come on, man. That's why he don't want to show his taxes. Come on, man. We got to wake up, man. Yeah. And that's another thing, too, man. I want to say this as well. The thing about red and blue, and this is true, but I noticed some Reds done changed a little bit thought process because they're kind of embarrassed too about what's going on with the Republican Party now. But mostly Reds stay red. They don't waver too much. They're in the red zone. They're gonna be in the red zone. But we in the blue zone, we have the capability and mindset to see if something is better on this other side. We're willing to try that. I think people are trying Biden from the red side now because they don't like the person. Which I gotta say that I don't like the person. The person doesn't make. Man, when I see him come on, I hear him speak. What are you doing, man? You're breaking up the King's English. You're just all over the place, man. Oh, come on, man. Can't articulate your position. Really don't know anything about foreign policy. Just you think you're a big negotiator? Come on, man. We got to do better, and I want the people to do better. Sonia says, oh, yeah, we could prevent the spread of COVID-19, Sonia. There's no question. Once again, lives are going to be dealt with. It's going to happen because it was a pandemic. But once again, it could have been handled differently. There was a lot of resistance for him to jump in and help the states right away. Cuomo was telling him, like, yo, man, you got to You got to step up the game. This is a Fed issue. This is not a local issue. You got to make the mandate. You got to do it. He hesitated, and knowing all that information he knew back in January and February, and still hesitating in March and April, I am disturbed. And anybody in their right mind should be disturbed. Now, the COVID should not be the only reason why. Let's talk about the racial divide. How indifferent we are now. How the people that were in the closet are out now, and they feel comfortable addressing it with guns and rhetoric and conversation now. It's crazy. In that divide alone, when the country was kind of like healing, we were closer together, we were like this maybe. Now we're like this? Come on. It's polarizing. We got to do better. Lisa said there are people that believe out here that believe in slavery. Their behavior is showing it in big numbers. I'm telling you. And just like these states, they're saying that this is another thing, the pollsters. See, they learned something about pollsters. Because a lot of these states, like South Carolina, the young man in South Carolina, what's his name, Jane Hennis or something like that, in South Carolina was running against Lindsay, they had him winning that. And the people came out the woodwork like, oh, we can't have that. No, sir. And guess what? Lindsey won again. Lindsey Graham won again. A man who has no integrity. He said last year on national TV, if this came up again with a Republican president, I will say no. And guess what he did? He said yes. Come on, man. We got to be better Americans. We got to be better. We're smarter than this, man. We can't be fooled. I don't care if you're white, black, chocolate, Chinese, yellow, green. I don't give a who you are. You're smarter than that. You know that. And then I heard, this is another thing I heard that Hispanics in Miami-Dade County overwhelmingly voted for Trump. Somebody need to call me and explain that one. Some Mexican, Puerto Rican, Spanish speaking, somebody need to call me and explain why that group of people believe that this gentleman is good for their demographic. When he was locking up your kids, locking up the parents and separating them, didn't give a hoot. All his policies is about not coming into America, and your family members are on the other side of the wall. Come on, man. Somebody tell me, what are you thinking? And that's what I'm saying. We're looking like fools to me, man, in America. We're looking bad. We're not looking good. And somebody got to call it what it is, man. It's from the top down. If my company fails, it's because of me. If this country fails, it's because of the president. He's running this business. He's running this company. He's running this world, this America world. So why can't he be held accountable? Why can't he answer the simple questions that every president before has done? Why is he allowed to break all the rules? Why is he allowed to do whatever the heck he wants to do? And don't, like he said, he can walk in the middle of the street and shoot somebody and everybody say, nah, he's Donald Trump, he's good. Don't worry about him. Come on, man. Enough's enough, man. This is tomfoolery, man. It's disheartening, man, to see these races go now. You know, it's just disheartening, man. I guess Pittsburgh's getting ready to announce something. And it was 5 states that they predicted, but the pollsters, something's up with the poll system because they had us winning some of these other states, like North Carolina, possibly other states like that, but even Georgia. But now, you know, they're just going the other way. Trump is winning Pennsylvania right now. We got a lot going on, man, right now. We need to get together. So anybody else got any comments, man? And that's another thing, too. We don't appear to be weak, Sonia. She said appears to be weak to me, in my opinion, she says. Sonia says this from Rochester, New York. And I say, Sonia, we don't look weak. There's one thing Trump has done is make us look stronger. But looks are deceiving. I mean, because his rhetoric, his conversation is speaking strong. I don't believe we're strong because the military, I believe, is not as strong as it was before him coming into office. But he talks good. He puts a strong statement out there. He's demonstrative in his talk about he will come. He does that. So he does that well. But in essence, you're right in your saying that we are weak. I believe because we're weak as a people. We're tired. I am tired of this country, where I was born in, America, is dumbed itself down. We have put water on the presidency. We have put water on the White House. Anybody can be, right now, as far as I'm concerned, you can be a bum on the street and become president of the United States of America. As long as you can convince a certain segment of the population to follow you down the Red Brick Road, you can possibly be president. Come on, man. There's criteria to this thing, man. There's levels to this game. Mom said, one thing I believe in is that the race of the people, we have the leadership that needs to make changes. In the time in the past, let's see again. Mom, you wrote a long one, Mom. Ooh. In time past, black churches would have to meet the White House about regular issues. I agree. And I'll tell you something, Mom. The church has failed us in a lot of ways. I know the church is trying to do some things. I think the church has done some good stuff during the course of this season. I think there's more to be done. That's the only place where you can gather a group of folks, whether it be a congregation of 50 or a congregation of 8,000 or 10,000, where they'll listen to one man speak, articulate, orator, a message. And I think that some of these churches have not utilized their pulpits or their stages to some degree. I know they have some issues in regards to nonprofit and not doing some of those things, so they got to be careful. But outside of just Black issues, maybe not just voting issues, but Black issues, I know they've done some work and they're constantly doing work. I'm not discounting churches at all, but there was a time when the church, man, was it, man. They held it down for us in the community. And not that they're holding it down now. I don't want to put that out there. They're holding it down, but there's more work to be done, guys. I need my churches to get together. I need more camaraderie. I need more connection to the guy in the county who has a 300-seat church, and I need an $8,000 a mega church to reach out to another church, and you four guys form this conglomerate, and you send out a direct message. That's what I'm looking for. That type of collaboration, that kind of connection, that kind of like egos go out the door. So what, you got 8,000 people, and so what, I got 80. Don't make a difference. It's about us on a mission, one mission, to make something happen, make a change, or something that you can stamp on that you did as a conglomerate, as a church, as a body of people. We got to get there. We got to get there. We got to get there. That was a good comment, Mom. Thank you so much. Yeah, like she said, my mom, she's a religious lady, so she's like, Nigerians praying in the street, man. They praying for change, man. I'm telling you something, and people want to play around with that. Prayer changes things, man. This guy has shown no regard for our community, man. He showed no regard for what we've been doing, what we're going through. He showed no regard for low-income housing. He showed no regard for bad transportation. He showed no regard for bad education. He showed no regard for single parent homes and why the crime is where it's at. He shows no regard for that. So his party shows no regard. They don't give a hoot, man. They show no regard for police brutality. They show no regard for these things that are happening in our community every day. I need to understand, if you were African American and you voted for him, please call in and tell me why. I need to understand that. If you're Hispanic, please call in or note in or whatever you want to do and tell me why. I need to understand why. Oh, Lisa says she thinks Hispanics don't want to leave America, and he's promised them a lot of things that made them come over here to live. But now they're trying to block them. They're trying to block them now, Lisa. Now they're trying to actually block them. And once again, Hispanics is a growing population, and they're going to soon outgrow us. African Americans, they're going to probably be the next largest population here soon. Hey, Joanne, how are you, dear? So, guys, listen. So that's what we're talking about, man. I need you here, man. Give me a call. The lines are open. I appreciate your comments, man. I want to hear what you got to say. I need you to let me know. Hey, Marcus, I can hear you. Thank you. I'm sorry. I need him to hear that. I hope he hears that, but He's in my ear. He's in my ear. But listen, guys, I want everybody to know that I want everybody to know that we are here for you, man. We want to talk to you. We want you to vent, man. I want you to get these things out. And I'm not a divider, man. I'm gonna tell you straight up. I'm a healer. I'm a healer. But certain things really piss me off, and this is one that's got me a little kicked off right now, man. And you know, and all the stupid stuff, fake news. That we've had this news around our whole life. Now all of a sudden, the only news is real is Fox News because of the Republican Party. Everybody else is fake news. Come on, I don't get it. Can somebody? Yes, yeah, yes, Marcus, I can hear you. So yeah, so that's what I'm talking about. You know, so guys, call in, text in, inbox me. Lucia, hey, Lucia, we need to come together and repent and seek God in the body. It's not enough to do on the corner. We need to have unity within faith. Thank you. That's right, Lucia. Even out of her sick bed, she's sick today. She tuned into the show and she's voicing her opinion and voicing what she speaks and what she believes. And she's right, but it's got to be a healing across this land. And that's what I'm thinking. See, this is what I say. After we have been run through like we've been run through over the last 4 years, guys, that's why I put a little onus on the churches. They got to get us. Because one thing I know about minority, poor, impoverished, black, and Hispanic, whatever you want people, we are church folks. And we believe in the power of prayer. And we believe in the power of healing. And I'm going to tell you, if we're going to heal in this time of day, we're going to need some unification in those churches so we're not so divided by Episcopalian, Baptist, non-denominational, and I am holiness. Come on, man. It's time now to come together, man. Let's all do something in unification. A day on your knees of prayer across this country that we heal, that we get better. Because we're going to need God, man, in this situation. Man. If President Trump becomes president again, we definitely going to need God every day. I hear you, Joanne, on that one, man. I tried not to do this morning, but I had to find out what happened this morning, but it's still the same place. Those same states are in play. So we'll just wait for that. But listen, man, we need everybody just to hear this, man, and voice your opinion. I got you open. I want to hear what you have to say. I can still hear you, Marcus. Yep. So that's what I want to talk about, man. I wanted to chat about the voting. I want to get it off my chest. I'm proud of Baltimore and it coming out, man. Hey, Stan, that's my man, Stan. Hey, Stan, man, I heard about Anita, man. That's tough time, man. I'm praying for Anita and her family, man. She was in a tragic accident yesterday, man. And oh, Lord, God, have mercy, Lord, on that one, man. And I'm just praying for her, man. Praying for her strength, man. Her family strength. They're really going through it now. Oh yeah, that's true, Lucia. We got it, man. I just think that I wish people would call into the call because we wanted to open the show up a little bit today. But you guys are making comments. I really appreciate the comments. There's something's going to have to happen with this world today, and I'm calling on all pastors that I know and pastors I don't know. I need someone to unify us. I need someone to start the process. I need a mega church pastor to reach out and have a meeting. And once again, everybody's got to leave their egos home, leave their church egos at home, their personal egos at home, and let's get on one accord for something, whatever it is. Let's try to get on one accord because we are not going to make it through if the church is not leading us, if the Spirit is not leading us, God is not leading us. We're not going to get where we need to get to. We're going to be in trouble, man. We can't do this on our own, especially with the type of folks that might be in the White House. We're going to be in a problem. We're going to have a problem. Yeah. I agree with you, Mom. My mom is texting like crazy. She's 81 years old. She's taking these long ones, man. Mom, yeah, long on this one, yeah. My mom said most immigrants come to this country for cheap labor for the rich. Immigrants have been loads of millions for the rich just to know that. Oh, yes, that's true. They have. They came over to work for them and they're cheap labor and they're fine with it. I heard that President Trump had au pairs that were from overseas and things of that nature, housekeepers, stuff like that. These things happen, man. We got to keep it moving, man. But if we have 4 more years of this, God's got to be in the building. But I still think, even if Biden gets into office, there's got to be a unification of the churches. I can't say that enough. There's got to be some kind of, I know 100% of the churches are not going to join on board, but if I can get an East Coast conglomerate, if I can get a South conglomerate, if I can get a West Coast conglomerate and a Midwest conglomerate of churches that have some congregations, meaning people behind them, that have some hearsay, that have the right person speaking for the conglomerate, I think that we will get more, not only as a church body, but as a people. And that's really the key. And I think that if we can do that, God will give us what we need. And he's waiting for us to make that demonstrative statement too, I think. He's waiting for us to get on our knees. He's waiting for us to do what we need to do. He's waiting for us to unify. He's just waiting because we've always been separated for some odd reason. We just have this gene or whatever you want to call it in us that we just crabs in the barrel, always stopping each other from growing and egos get in and all that nonsense. Time to put that stuff away, man. Put that foolery away and keep it moving. Yeah, the U.S. Senate. You're right there, Stan. I don't even know what that race is like. I haven't even seen it yet. I know it was 47-47 the last time I saw the Senate. If we can have the 1 million man and the 1 million woman march for the rights of the community, then we need to come together and do that. That's what Bleeper said. We've got a lot more. You're writing so long, guys. Yes, I do believe in that. I do. We just need we don't have one leader anymore. And I said this, I think Dr. What was the doctor's name that was on my show a little while ago? He said the same thing I'm saying about churches. The times for like a Malcolm X or the one Martin Luther King or the one Reverend Jackson or the one Al Sharpton is gone away. It's time for, like I say, East Coast, South, Midwest, and West to have their own leader in some shape, form, or fashion. And they come together and work on the behalf of the masses. Because I think the one leader thing is gonna go away. It's gone away, my friend. There's no going to get away. Carl House, man, how are you, man? Oh, old neighborhood. Oh, it sure is not, man. He said no, racism is not a scarlet badge any longer. That's right, man. You're not lying, man. Or scholarship, not at all. Hey, Tanya, how are you? Good morning to you. George Frazier, Dr. Frazier said that. He said that he believed that the time for the one leader for our people is gone. We need a leader in the East Coast, we need a leader in the South, we need a leader in the Midwest, and we need a leader in the West Coast. And those four be on one accord to work for the masses. And for some reason, we don't have that capability. We haven't shown that capability to work together. And it's very frustrating for me, but that's something we're going to have to work on, man. We're going to have to work on it soon, man. But listen, guys, I got 5 more minutes, 8 more minutes, really. I need you to ask some questions. I'm looking for them. I'm trying to do this by myself. My co-host is not here today. She's sick, but she's participating. She gave me the name George Frazier. And I appreciate you, Lucia, for joining in today. But yeah, and Joanne says, Satan dwells in confusion, and so many are confused. Amen to that. That is so true, Joanne. We are confused, man. I was with this brother not too long ago. This brother trying to sell me on Trump. I'm like, yo, dude, come on. I start rattling off that. I'm like, yo, man, what do you mean? Come on, man, you can't get away from me. He's as dumb as him. You know what I mean? Come on, man. You can't do it, man. I'm just telling you. We got to figure this out, man. I'm concerned for America, I must say. I'm concerned because I feel as though we have watered down the presidency. We have set a presidency, presidents that you don't have to be well educated. You don't have to have integrity. You don't have to have no conscience. You don't have to have no ability to orator or speak. You don't have to be smart in any shape, form, or fashion. Be a regular guy. Say nonsensical things. Do nonsensical things and just go have at it. It's going to come back to haunt the Republican Party at the end of the day, I believe. But what he has done, he's done well, is divide us and separate us. And I'm really concerned about that. Lucia says she missed you all. Miss you too, Lucia. No question. Yeah, we'll get together next week. No question. Like I said, we were going to have the conversation about family, but because the election was last night, I said, let's talk about voting. I know you guys have the vent too as well. I just couldn't believe this, how close this race is. This is unbelievable. It looks like Biden might win Wisconsin, it looks like. So we'll see what happens, man. He won't let the process go. He's going to go to the Supreme Court. He wants to fight that. He just doesn't want to show with the truth, man. He just doesn't want to do it. Yeah. No moral code. That's right. Absolutely, Lucia. No humility, man. And I'm telling you, man, without no humility, man that can admit their faults, cannot deal with the truth, man, I don't want to be a friend with. I don't want to know that well. I can't do it, man. I just can't. No moral code. And no integrity, man. Just lying, just to be lying. Like when Fauci goes out, throws the ball for Washington, and for the first game at the Washington, the Washington baseball team, and the next day, he says the Yankees asked him to do the first pitch, and he said no. And the Yankees immediately, we didn't ask them. Come on, guys. I mean, you got to look at little things like that. Just show you what you're dealing with, the mindset you're dealing with, the kind of person you're dealing with. Now he took the ball out of Fauci's hand, who was our number one pandemic specialist, but he knows more than Fauci. He knows what the people want to hear and what they want to see and what they want to know. I am just outdone, man. Oh, my goodness, man. It's unbelievable, man. And I wish some Republicans would join on, man, just give me their insight. Because I like to hear both sides. Because when I listen to talk radio, I listen to, the Democratic radio station. I listen to Fox. The same thing with my TV. It goes back and forth. Because you got to hear both sides, whether it makes sense or not. I got to hear both sides. You know what I mean? Washington Nationals. Thank you, man. Washington Nationals. Yeah, you got to think of somebody's mindset that won't let Fauci get no sunlight, no light, no go out there, throw the ball halfway down to the plate. You know what I mean? And that'll have his day. He still got to uplink this guy. He's got to up him one time. Come on, man. I'm not going for it, man. Sorry, I just can't do it. We got to do better. That's all I'm saying, man. So listen, guys, I really appreciate you all coming out today, man. I was hoping that I got some venting. I definitely got some venting from you all. And I really appreciate you all, Tanya, Carl House. Hey, Carl, man, Joanne, Lucia again, my mom, Stan Sly, my dog, Ozzy Lumpkin, man. So true. Oh, 18% of African-American males voted for Trump. Oh, have mercy. That's what I'm saying, man. I got to say this before I close, man. We as a people are the most gullible people in the world, man. We just, I don't get it, man. I'm sorry, I just don't get it. And I don't like to get in this position I'm in now because I think I should be open all the time. But this here, I don't understand. What more does the man have to know to do to show you he does not have your best interests? What more? They're confused, Oz, man. Thank you for that one, Oz. I appreciate it. They're just confused, man. The devil is just crazy, man. Love you, man, Stan. You know that boy. Always good. But listen, man, thank you guys for joining on board. I'm just trying to figure out what we need to do, man, to move forward. Next week, we'll have some guests on. We're going to be talking about family, getting to that. Hopefully, we'll have this president situation worked out. In which way it go, and we'll just have to deal with it accordingly. I'm hoping that somebody joins on board and says that they would start something with the churches, man. I hope Stan reaches out to his pastor, who's a great pastor, good man, a good friend of mine as well. I'm going to reach out to my pastor and talk with him. I know Lucia is going to reach out to hers and see if we can get something going, man. We got to get a movement. We got to get this ball rolling so we can get some momentum. And maybe if we can do something in Maryland, we can start development across the country, because we can no longer be divided. The churches cannot be broken up by denomination or by egos, about size of your church, because that's the only place right now that we have some kind of unity or some kind of following or something that is blessing us. So we got to utilize that tool. We got to utilize this tool. We got the strength that strengthens us, that makes us stronger. We got to figure a way to use it wisely. And if we can do that demonstration here in Maryland, and maybe then take it to D.C. or Virginia, and then take it to North Carolina, how we did it, and how we put the Eagles aside, and how we set an agenda, and we start working our political agenda or our economic agenda or whatever else agenda that we set forth, and make a movement, and then make it consistent across the country, man, we'll make a move. God bless you all, man. I love you, man. I'm hoping that this country heals itself, man, but I know it can't do it without God. So I need everybody to pray and pray hard. God bless you. Love you all. One, Strength, Courage, and Wisdom every Wednesday. Yeah, 10 o'clock with your boy, Rick McLaren and Lucia Ellis. This is what we do. God bless you all, man. Thank you so much. Take care. Love you.